Hi, Aunt Blabby here. This is not episode 11. This is not episode 11. Yeah, this is Pickles and Mistakes. Okay, just so you know, it's too soon for episode 11. Okay, today I want to tell you something I've been meaning to tell you, and that's on your tomato plants. When the leaves start to turn yellow and brown and start to come right off like that in your hand, there's nothing to be alarmed about, okay? That's just the tomato plant making up its mind that it's going to send its nutrition to the tomatoes and not to its leaves, okay? It's quite normal and natural, so just in case you're a first-time tomato grower, I wanted to let you know that. Now, this actually isn't an Aunt Blabby episode, so we're going to go over here and talk about pickles and mistakes. Okay. Now, pickles. I call the little cucumbers that go in here pickles right from the get-go because I know where they're headed. But of course, they're little dill cucumbers. When you get enough of them, you get yourself all ready and you pickle them up into dill pickles. And I make what I'm told are the best pickles in the world. I'm not bragging, that's what I'm told. So there's a story behind it and I gotta tell it to you. Although I've never shared my secret below these many years, I'm gonna share it now. I was making pickles several years ago and I ran out of a necessary ingredient, mustard seed. Man, the preparation for making pickles is what takes up all the time, you know, just getting ready to go, sterilizing the bottles and everything. And I didn't want to abandon everything now that I was all ready to pickle and just out of mustard seed. So I grabbed some mixed pickling spice. Now that's made out of mustard seed, dill seed, coriander, black pepper, corns, red pepper, flakes, cinnamon, cloves, allspice, all kinds of stuff goes into mixed pickling spice, right? That's all I had, and it's mostly mustard seed, so I poured it into a bowl. I picked out the cloves, I picked out bits of cinnamon, but I couldn't sit there and just pick out all the other stuff, right? That would have been crazy, might as well drive to town and get mustard seed. So I just put a half a teaspoon of that in, trying to get as much of mustard seed as I could and as little of the other stuff, and in it went. I thought the whole time I was making pickles that day, these aren't going to be much good. But I went ahead and I made them. About 2 weeks later, and that's how long you have to let them pickle, you know, 2 weeks. 2 weeks. And I opened a jar of them and I tried them and they were the best darn pickles I'd ever made. I've been making them that way ever since. A mistake turned into a stroke of brilliance. Well, it's just a brilliant mistake, I guess. I thought I'd tell you that. Now I'm going to put the recipe for my dill pickles on my page. I have never shared it with public anyway, because, you know, it's my secret recipe. But for members of my page, for the people who like my page, and the people who watch my videos, I'm making the recipe available to you. Now listen, if this is the first time you've preserved, I'm going to put a link in there too with basic instructions on how to preserve. But if you've got a grand aunt or a granny still kicking around who used to preserve, hit them up for some lessons. Because learning that way in person, one-on-one, is kind of a lot easier than reading about it and getting it right the first time, you know? So that's my suggestion to you. Preserving is great. It's a way, once you grow all this stuff in your garden, you can put it up and have it, enjoy it in the winter, okay? And in my family, these are especially loved. So while I've got you here anyway, I'm going to draw some cards. Just go to my page on Facebook and look for that recipe, okay? Fly really bugging me. I think it's going to rain, you know, and the flies start to really... Okay, I got 3 cards, just a mini reading here. So this is the first one here, 6 of Pentacles. This tells us that we're doing okay. Things are coming along, some material gains for our efforts. It's great, good news. And what this one tells us, not without hard work. It's not just being dumped in our lap by the universe, you know. we're working on it. We're progressing along fine. Everything's going okay. Just keep your mind on what you're doing. Focus. This week, with those tarot cards from Wendy K, suggests that things should come together a little more easily, eh? So, and this one is the Fool. This is our outcome card for this mini reading. This tells us that we get off the beaten path, the one we always travel, the one we're most familiar with, and venture out a little bit farther than we're used to. There's opportunity waiting for us there. So, okay, things are going along okay. That's great. Progression, looking good. Get off the beaten path, though. Get off the beaten path for more opportunity. Okay, keep your eye open for it. Hey, Aunt Blabby thinks you're the bee's knees. Don't let anybody tell you any different. See ya.